Hello everyone. So today I was solving some questions on string. My main focus one was implementation, and these were all like DPP question on lead code like previous 7 days. So the first question was find the most frequent vowel and the consonant. This is a very basic question. Okay, but still I did a mistake in here when I was keeping key is equal to 0, 4, 8. Here I kept 15. But I should be careful because I for index I is equal to 0, it's alphabet A. So yeah, I did a mistake here. That was fine. Next one was maximum number of words you can type. It's also a basic implementation problem. Okay. Vowel spell checker. From here things are a bit interesting. I implemented this code, but I got daily. So I tried to do something different, and this was the method. Basically, for each of the operations we have to do, like for the case of we have to check for case exact match, or there is like matching in lowercase, or there are some error in vowel, or if there is no match, return the empty string. For each of these cases, I defined a map. I treated them very separately, so this helped a lot. So basically, there was basically we had two list. One was word list, one the queries, and for each query we have to check in the word list like a dictionary. So I manipulated this word list into various form, which could help me solve this query very easily. Okay. So I traversed to the word list. First for exact match, I created a map, and for case insensitive by converting it into lowercase, and for vowel insensitive by removing the vowels or just putting in place of vowel a star. Okay. And then for each of the queries, I simply use the map to get the answer. In map you can simply get the access element in big of one operation, so that's why things became easier. And the rest thing, next three column were on designing means there's a class and some operations given, we just need to implement it. Okay, same task was here also. We are given a task manager class and we need to implement the functions add, edit, remove and execute top. Same was here, design a spreadsheet, set cell, reset cell and get value. Okay, so the one thing we always noticed was if we see here, you have to change the rating. So if we have a map of ratings, we can directly change it. No, it will be easier to change. And here we need the highest rating of cuisine. So if we can have something map of cuisine which contain value as ratings, and we can sort them, though things will be but easier. I have to think of this part. Basically, we can't, if we check the constraint, we have to do 10 power 4 calls to in total. So we can't go for n square. So for each operation, we can also either go for big of 1 or log n for each of the function. So that these are total function calls. So that's why using maps will help here. This was the like important thing to remember, like think of in such problems. Otherwise, just was easier. Like all this problem was based on just defining instance of map, the way you are keeping or storing the data, and rest was easier. The last problem was replacing the non-coprime numbers in the array. Okay, question was like this. In all the elements we had to convert into such a way that there will be non-primes, sorry, coprimes, and also the way we have to convert is this operations, find into as a number that are non-coprime, and if there were no such found, sort of process, otherwise delete two numbers and replace with LCM. Okay, find the two numbers. If they're not coprime, then replace them with LCM and keep doing it until all are coprime. To check the coprime, the best thing is using GCD, like SCF, get the SCF. If SCF is 1, they are coprime. If not, they are not coprime. This was the important thing to remember in this problem actually. Uh, if we go via like for calculation of HCF or GCD, we have to do in log n time. So here we are solving it recursively. If we use in a iterative way like up to n big of n method, so it will take the we'll get TLE in this case. So that's why that's the thing to remember in this problem. Like, just to think of that. So for G calculation of GCD, just we need to just keep this as a snapshot. If B is equal to 0, return A, otherwise return B comma A mod B. Rest of thing was easy. If for we get a vector and current is equal to x, and they will calculate a GCD. If GCD 1, just break. If GCD not 1, get the LCM, pop the last element, and keep doing it, and then put the current inside. And I did a mistake. I was skipping if here, but we need to do while. You'll find if you try to solve this problem, you'll find why will do the wrong answer here. There are some unique test cases where if will fail. Otherwise, if will also work for most of the cases, but it will fail sometime. That's why while we have to do here. Okay, then bye bye. See you on that day.